we now call the Minister of Rami, the Honourable Christopher Emmauel, to the podium.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to the people of St. Martin. There's a few things I want to talk about this morning that I think probably need some explanation. The first thing I want to get into is if I would call it a situation that happened a few weeks ago on the landfill, where it went viral, where everyone saw a sewage truck or septic truck at that pumping waste on the landfill, and a lot of questions were being asked. No answers were forthcoming at the time. I'm not one that reacts to situation. I look at it more from the outside and try to find the answers as to why certain things happen. It was brought to my attention that the operator in question of the truck was all in their legal right to do what they were doing at the time on the landfill. I see some of the reporters are shocked, yes. And why do I say that? We look at the video and we make assumptions and figure that it's what it is. At the time, the gentleman was working for the Ministry of Rumi, was working for government, doing a job cleaning a drainage pit at the time down in the Dutch Quarter, Belvedere area that needed to be cleaned, that was clogged with all the rain that is coming, the hurricane season. That is what the operator was doing at the time. But I think I should go in details a little bit more as to explain how this works. We have some drains that has this sludge, this sump, this grease. And what would happen is water would be sucked in to the truck. They would go to the site and they would have to pump it out with high pressure to loosen all the gunk and the mud and the goo and everything to clean the trenches out. And then they have to suck it back into the truck. And with all this mud, yes, it will look from one's point of view that it is raw sewage. It may even have a smell. But that type of material that contains oil and grease cannot be dumped at the sewage plant, because it will kill the bacteria that is needed to dissolve the feces and all the stuff in the plant. So a location on the landfill has been designated where this type of material is disposed of. In addition to that, they have to pay to dump this material on the landfill. They go to the receivers, they pay their 30 guilders, they get their ticket, and it's disposed of. Is it a practice that should continue? No, it should not. Is it something that we are looking into? Yes, it is. However, it has been going on for the past 20 years. So it's not something that has been created today. It is something that has been happening for some time, because we simply don't have nowhere to dispose of this type of material. Also, what comes with that now is many individuals have the number plate, have the color of the truck, have pictures of the individual. And I'm saying to those individuals who sending him messages and pulling up on the side and driving close and saying, "We got you now, we catch you. If I see you, please stop it." It is harassment, and it's to let you know that the individual was working for government, cleaning a drainage. We are looking into the individuals that made the video, because we were told that some of them are government employees. So that is another chapter that we are looking into. Also, a complaint and a possible court case can come out of it that I'm trying to solve before it reach to that stage. So I just wanted to let everyone know the situation in the case, that it's not what it looked like. Yes, it may have looked like sewage, but it wasn't sewage. We was cleaning a pit that had all sort of material in it, and that type of material cannot be dumped at the sewage plant. So a designated spot on the landfill, they have their right to go there and dispose of that material. Also, I just came from down at the Vromi department. I had a long discussion with Mr. Boncampo, and we were looking into ways on how we can sort of prevent the unfortunate situation that we had about a week ago with a young lady that lost her life with something we would call a thrill. Many visitors would come to the island to see, which is when planes are taking off from the airport and the blast and holding on to the fence. As much as it is not allowed, there are signs all over, but it doesn't matter how many signs are there, people would still find it something thrilling to do. So we have come up with a possible solution on how we are going to go about that. The airport need to get involved also. My thing about it is that there should be no traffic in that area, and we are looking at an alternative route. But when we get more of the details into it, it will be forthcoming to the public. We are looking also to push out the fence a little bit more, reroute the road possibly, so that they will be far away from the takeoff point. There will be no more concrete divider in the middle of the road, nor will there be a concrete piece that stops the sand from coming on. So all those things that we are looking into at this present time, because at some point in time, it will be on government's responsibility to do something. Because at first it was one that got injured with half of her face got damaged. Now we have a death. And that is something, is not a good image for us. So we are looking into solving or trying to see how we can deal with that situation down at the end of the runway. And also, I informed the Council of Ministers yesterday in our meeting, and they're all aware that I've signed an MOU with a waste-to-energy company. We have reached to the stage where they are looking into dealing with our garbage problem. Not just the energy part of it, but the garbage problem. At this present moment, they have also reviewing a concession and also a power purchase agreement on how we are going to move forward with remediating the landfill, dealing with the garbage issue that we have on the island, which we call the dump, making it non-existent anymore. Because as I mentioned earlier, before in different press briefings, we are looking at a hill that is 43 meters high. That's supposed to really be 16. It was supposed to stop at 16 and no further than 21. We at 43 now, and it's climbing. And yes, it may be that for the past 112 days there have been no more fires, but that comes with a cost, and a cost that is climbing and climbing and climbing. So I believe we have hit the right position right now with the company that we are talking to, and I would like to tell the people that we are working diligently in solving this problem. In addition to that, I can go right across the street and deal with the situation with Backer, where we had a lot of car wrecks that was overflowing, almost coming into the road. Now you would see that our position is clean. And I'm saying that to the people also that is removing car wrecks, not to dump cars or put cars there anymore. We have designated a position or a spot on the landfill. When you drive in, you would see a sign. I mean, it's just a man-made sign in terms of one of them old cowboy signs broken down, but you would see it mark concrete disposed, old car wrecks disposed, white material, which is the fridges and the stoves and the microwaves, also to dispose of them in said location. So you would see one location for all sort of concrete material, another location for car wrecks, and another location for the white material. No one is allowed to dump car wrecks, white material, and well, they wasn't dumping concrete, but those sort of material is not to be dumped in front of the backup place anymore. And this week, because yesterday we also had a meeting with the individuals who will be removing all the wrecks that are there also, and that should be starting anytime soon. So again, I think that we are on the right track in terms of dealing with a number of situations that have been plaguing the island for some time. I'm committed to seeing the process of dealing with our garbage problem, remediating the hill, bringing it down to a suitable level that we all would sort of enjoy not having what is there anymore. It's going to take some time. It took us 40 years to be where we are with this landfill, and I'm saying it will take us at least 15 to 20 years, at least, minimum, 15 to 20 years to bring it down to a suitable level. It's a work in process. It's going to take some time, but it is nothing that we haven't done before. We have tried it before with different governments. The difference here is, I think, it's more of a commitment and country first instead of individual of wanting, and that's all it is. Because with this agreement, everything is on the cost of the company. Nothing is on the cost of government, on the people of St. Martin, which I believe is a good thing. I got to thank Eric de Vries and Marisha and Tonja Boncampo, all the individuals that worked on this diligently, because it is something that I will see through, and I believe the people of St. Martin deserve better when it comes to how we deal with our garbage on the island.
Minister Emmauel, Backstreet, any update on it? We haven't heard in a while.
That's a strange question. The proof is in the pudding. If you walk on Back Street, you would see the extension now passing the cadastre office and going down much further, and the work is commencing very well. There have been some setbacks, and that's due to heavy rainfall, but I think the work is progressing well, and very soon you will see the third phase, which would be after the Newness and them house, going down, passing can't remember the name of that area, but soon you will see the third phase or the fifth phase. Yeah, the fifth phase going down much further. But I think the work is progressing pretty well.
When you spoke about what happened with the sewage truck on the dump, the videos, a possible court case, you also said that, listen, I did not react right away. Did you have to investigate to get this information so that you can at least put out that information earlier and stop those people that is harassing the sewage truck driver who is actually providing a service for government?
Yes, it took some time for us to get the full scope of the situation. I knew that work was being done in the Belvedere Dutch Quarter area. Which truck or which individual or company doing the work, I did not know. So it took us some time to really get the full brunt or the complete detail of what happened and what was going on, and the details. The thing is, the operator now in the company have filed a complaint, and in that complaint they're asking for an apology from the individuals that filmed and posted the video, and if not, then we can look at a possible court case. I think that apology should come from the responsible authority, which is the minister, and that apology they will get. I've tried reaching out to the individuals that was involved in the situation. It haven't gone as smooth as I thought it would have gone. However, some are cooperative and some are not. And I can understand the concern of the operator, because now they want to know if they were doing something wrong when they were given a task by government. So it is something that we are looking into. And again, I think, yes, an apology is deserving to the individual, and I will do that.
Questions? Bibi?
Yeah, thank you, Giselle. Minister Emmauel, can you give us an update on two foundations, two entities that you've been working on? One being the St. Martin Housing Development Foundation. Are you moving forward? Are you getting anywhere with getting the board members you asked to make their post available? And did you, the post on the GEBE Supervisory Board, was that finalized, and is the person now officially on the board?
I would take the question from the latter to the front. Yes, the person that was appointed by government was Benvenido Richardson. He has been appointed. Tomorrow, a meeting will be convened by the shareholder to have it officially done. But yes, that we have reached to fill in all the positions on the board of GEBE. So yes, to your question, Benvenido Richardson has been the individual chosen for that seat position on the board of GEBE. And then coming to the housing, yes, also I have received indication from a number of individuals that they will tender their resignation, and this can happen as soon as next week, which is a good thing, which is a step in the right direction. There will be some shifting amongst board members, but at this present moment, I wouldn't say I am comfortable as yet, but I'm willing to go along with the decision and the position that have been made available by some of the individuals.
I can remember the days when Emmauel was alive. There was a well that Mr. Emmauel Richardson used to use to wet his produce, and now I went and checked the well. It is empty. Do you aware of what might have happened to the well? Also, I saw that beneath the well, there's a pool of water. So that well used to be very filled with water, but now it is empty.
Huh?
Did you, your office, anybody from Vromi look into that? Because I believe it should be a monument.
Okay, all right, I'm a bit lost with the direction that you're going with the question. However, anything that pertains to monument and Emmauel Wilson, it's the competent of the Ministry of Education, Culture, that deals with monument permits and deal with monuments on the island. But it's a question that I would have to find out more about. In her absence, I am also taking up the position as minister. But I'm not too aware with what you're talking about with the well. We have had discussions with Rainforest, who is occupying the land in Longlease, with the park that is there at the present moment. We have also had in-depth conversation relating to the monuments. Jay Havisa has identified all the monuments. I don't remember a well coming up in our discussions, but it's something that I can look into, because you said you have been there and you have seen it. It is something I can look into, and I can probably send you the answers to whatever I receive concerning that situation that you're talking about. But knowing about a well and what is being done with it, I don't know at the present moment, but I can get that information.